Welcome to the fifth segment of our Health Equity Basics Learning Series. This program is brought to you by our regional chronic disease collaborative partners in Alaska, Hawaii, Montana, and Wyoming. This segment covers how cultural competence and humility can help us advance health equity. Culture refers to all the ways of life passed down from generation to generation. Our culture might be reflected in our morals, customs, value systems, spiritual traditions, and even what we eat and how we dress. When addressing health equity, it is important to acknowledge different cultures' beliefs to better address everyone's needs. Understanding different cultures often happens in stages and is an ongoing effort. This cultural competency continuum illustrates several stages and can help to broadly gauge where a person, organization, or community is on their journey to cultural humility. The stages are cultural knowledge, awareness, sensitivity, and competency. Each of these stages leads us farther up the path toward cultural humility. The first stage is cultural knowledge. This means we are familiar with some of the characteristics of a certain culture. The next stage is cultural awareness. This is when we begin to develop sensitivity about and understanding of a certain culture. This stage involves internal changes in our attitudes and values. The next stage in this continuum is cultural sensitivity. Cultural sensitivity is knowing cultural differences and similarities exist, and not assigning any values or judgments to them. Cultural competence is when our behaviors and attitudes demonstrate that the differing values, attitudes, beliefs, and customs across different cultures are respected. This helps us work effectively in cross-cultural situations. Cultural humility is acknowledging our own barriers to true intercultural understanding. It is the difference between intellectually knowing about another culture and being able to truly relate to it. Working toward and maintaining cultural humility is a lifelong process of learning and self-examination to refine one's own awareness, knowledge, behavior, and attitudes about other cultures. The practice of cultural humility helps advance health equity by promoting inclusivity, addressing our biases, and creating a safe and supportive environment for people from diverse backgrounds. Cultural humility requires openness, acceptance, appreciation, and flexibility when working with people, organizations, or communities from other cultures. It is recognizing when we don't know something and being open to asking and learning. Cultural humility invites us to engage in self-reflection and self-critique. It invites us to be aware of power imbalances and assess the cultural dimensions of each person's individual experience. You can use the humble model to help practice cultural humility. Each letter of the word humble incorporates values and practices that will help you incorporate and apply cultural humility into your life and work. Be humble in the assumptions you make about the world. Understand how your background and culture can impact your interactions. Motivate yourself to learn about different cultures. Begin to incorporate what you learn into your interactions with others. Engage in lifelong learning. And emphasize respect for other cultures and beliefs. Incorporating the humble model can help you embark on a lifelong journey of cultural humility. Our next segment in this learning series covers the concept of bias and how it affects health equity. Thank you for joining us.